Welcome to the Five Arms and a Lucky Fin podcast. I'm your host, Brendan McCormick, with my co host, Jason Ide, aka Lucky Finn. And we have a high school coach in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in AJ Jordan.
Welcome, AJ.
Man, thank you guys for having me, man. Thank you guys for having me on.
He is the inside linebackers coach at North Forney High School, not
Yes, sir.
North Crawley, as we confirmed earlier. I
Yeah,
apologize about that, AJ.
that's all
Uh,
good.
we like to kind of start way from the beginning. So was it always football, or was there a few different sports kind of growing up that you like playing, man?
Man, it was always pretty much football. I liked the game of baseball. I played it a little bit. Then I just got tired of like just being out there and just being bored in the outfield and all that good stuff. So decided to take on the game of football. My dad actually played football. Um, where did he play? He played at Southern Arkansas University and had a chance to get invited to a mini camp for the Kansas City Chiefs. So football has been really deep in my family. So yeah.
I
That's
gotcha. I
awesome.
gotcha. Did you play high school as well?
Yeah, I played at Liberty Isle High School um, in Texarkana, Texas. If
Mhm.
you really want to know where the school is, the main man that came from our school is a Heisman Trophy finalist, LaMichael James. So
Oh,
yeah. So I played probably about 5 or 6 years after LaMichael James. Um, had some teammates that like Jerry and Lawson. He's a guy that has went to the Olympics. I think he's like a silver medalist or something like that in long jump. So I've had some gifted guys come from my high school. So
that's
I've
awesome.
I've never heard that, AJ, and we've interviewed several different players, and that's pretty cool, man.
yeah,
Man,
yeah.
Man,
shoot.
I haven't heard the name LaMichael James in a minute.
Hey man, he's a legend, man. He's a legend.
Oh
He's part
yeah.
of the reason why I really wanted to play the game of football, especially high school football in Texas. Me being one of those young kids, and they throw the little football in the stands or whatever. You're in the game. You're at the game on those Friday nights, and you see a guy like him every time he touches the ball, it's a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So you want to go down there and be LaMichael James. So going through that program as long as I did at Liberty Islo, that was the guy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we want to be like Michael.
Yeah.
We want to be like these guys, that played on Friday nights. So he was a guy that played a major role of me looking at him on Friday nights, and we want to be that guy.
That's awesome.
Man, setting the culture right. We like to hear
Yeah,
that.
man. Yeah, man.
That's what it's about. Did you ever get any like college, any offers in college, or any offers to play in college? Is what I mean. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I went to Southern Arkansas University. Just like my dad, had a chance to play there, and
Mhm.
it actually got me in the coaching game. I
Gotcha.
played under Bill Keppel, and Trent Figg, and Josh Lawson, and those guys are kind of tied in with Coach Ty Graham, who is one of the most well-known coaches. He's a lot of guys is kind of under his tree, like Brendan Marion. Uh, the head coach at Oregon right now is under his tree.
Oh,
So
Dan Lanning.
yes.
Oh wow.
Him and Trent Figg, they actually were roommates, I think, at Arizona State. So
Oh wow. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, yeah,
Small
yeah,
world.
yeah. Small world, small world.
It's super small. That's really cool.
Yeah,
That's
man. Yeah. So I'm kind of in that coaching tree.
yeah.
Uh, just me making the decision to go to Southern Arkansas University, and me getting a chance to actually coach after being a player there. So.
And one of my favorite things that when people come on, Brendan, and they talk about back when they used to play, they can all rattle off all of their coaches like that. It just goes
Yeah.
to show you how much impact coaches can have on a player growing up, even from the littlest of leagues. I mean, I can name most of my coaches that I played for all throughout growing up and up till now. So that's awesome.
Absolutely, man. And I can just go down the list of those guys. Just like my head coach, Coach Keppel, he coached at the University of Arkansas with Coach Nutt. His son is now the offensive coordinator at Texas State University, Landon Keppel. So I'm excited to see what he does this season because man, he's one of the best offensive minds in the game of college football. So a
Man,
lot of people don't know about him yet.
they still play fast tempo down there at Texas State.
Man, I believe so. I believe so. I
Man,
believe so. I
watched
think
their bowl. I remember I watched their bowl game. What was it against Rice 2 years ago? Man, TJ Finley and those guys, they were just getting right up on the line every play, no
Yeah.
breaks.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see what he does, man. He did really great at the D2 level, being an offensive coordinator. We were ranked high in D2, I think in top 5, probably like four years in a row. So I think he's going to do a really, really good job. So
it's awesome.
That's a team to circle, Jason.
Yeah, we'll be
Texas
watching
State.
out.
Yeah, we'll
make
be watching
sure
out.
you guys watch Texas State. They're going to be really electric.
We'll see him on the sideline. We're going to say we know that guy.
Oh yeah, that's my dude, Landon Keppel.
Would you say that playing in college like definitely helped you make that transition to coaching a little easier, or was it was your passion there just for like the kids and kind of wanting to stay in the football realm? I guess is my question.
Man, to answer your question, and I think me growing and maturing as a man, I think you think of a blueprint of a building, and if it even tears down, the blueprint is still the same, right? And my blueprint and the thing that I absolutely love, just looking at the guys that I looked at growing up as a kid, was football. And once I got to college, before you go to college, you're like, oh, I'm going to go pro. I want to go CFL. I want to do this and do that. And then a lot of guys, they say, okay, it ain't going to happen. And they're like, I don't know what I'm going to do in life. I was the kind of guy that kept the blueprint. The blueprint was football. And after I got hurt, wasn't able to play, my coaches, they said, hey, man, like you really have a love for the game. We can tell that you love the game. And they began to let me, be a student assistant. Then I got hired as a graduate assistant. So as I was being a student assistant, I actually learned more about football. Like, hey, how do I draw power? How do I draw counter, cover 2, cover 4, all that good stuff like that. So that's when I became more knowledgeable of the game. Even more, and I think that helps me now as a coach because I teach my guys. I don't teach them just a scheme. I teach them guys football. They know how to. My guys, when they go to college, they're able to draw power, counter. They know what cover 4 is. They know what's a beater. You know what I'm saying? So, whenever they get to college, they're able to play early. But when I got to college and going through that process of that transition from being a player to a student coach and a coach, that's when I just learned more deeper, football. But I've always had the love of football, and I knew that it was my calling once I learned more about deeper in the game.
AJ, you're the linebackers coach now. Were you always a linebacker, or did you move around and then end up at linebacker? How did that work for you?
Man, I started off being a running back, as my daddy say, a tote back. I used to be a little tote back, and then I worked my way to being a fullback. Once I got into college, in high school, I played like an outside linebacker, strong safety. Then once I got in college, I was like, man, I'm finna go play safety. And that didn't pan out. I gained a lot of weight, got to 190 really quick. I was like, okay, you're gonna be an outside linebacker. That didn't pan out. I got a little heavier, went and played inside linebacker. And man, I fell in love with the position. And actually playing that position, you have to know entirely the whole defense and what everybody's doing. So, so it prepped me to be a coach, I guess.
Yeah, you're like the captain, right? You know what everybody's doing.
Absolutely, and I tell my guys each and every day, being a linebacker ain't easy. You're a quarterback. You're the guy. You're the Tom Brady of the defensive side of the ball. So, yeah.
Would you say that was one of your favorite things about playing the linebacker position is being able to, I would say, definitely make a impact, and I would say definitely communicate with your teammates? Would you say that's probably one of your favorite things about playing the position?
Absolutely. Other than hitting somebody and can't go to jail for it, Yeah,
I was gonna get there, AJ.
Yeah, pretty much, man. And that's the thing is, man, I've always prided myself to try to be a leader. And as I've grown older, I've noticed that God's blessed me to be a leader of men. And I think to be that play that position, that's what you have to absolutely do. Some guys are soft spoken. I had a kid that was at Texas High, a 2-time or 3-time all-state player. He was a soft spoken kid. When he put the lights came on, man, he came on. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I think that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? Just you gotta be a leader of men. You know what I mean?
And that, Brendan, that's one of my favorite lines about Mike Tomlin. Everybody always says he's not just a coach, he's a leader of men. And so hearing that, that put a smile on my face. I like that.
Absolutely.
Shout out Mikey T. We love Mike Tomlin. Big fan.
We do.
Just how he approaches the game and media. It's just everything about Mike Tomlin, man. He's the guy. You mentioned though, AJ, about Texas High. We interviewed Dalton Franks, who obviously coached alongside you. Can you explain a little bit about that and your experience coaching with Dalton? Because he's probably one of our favorite guests we've ever had on the podcast, and the
Dog
very
is,
first.
oh man. Oh man.
We love Dalton.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, man, me and Dalton have a really, really good relationship. Really good dude. He's not a friend, he's a brother. Really great coach. I think we challenged each other to be a great coach. Um, one thing about Dalton, what can I say? Dalton actually coached the offensive side of the ball when I first got to Texas High. He was an assistant offensive line coach. Then he moved to defense. And then when he moved to defense, I was coaching defensive line. He was coaching linebackers. And one thing that we would do would be me, him, and Bailey Novak, who's a hell of a coach. He ended up leaving and going to Central Arkansas. I think he's moved on out of coaching now. But what we would do is have like chalk wars, like every single day. And I think we annoyed everybody on the staff because we would like literally stay to almost like 8 o'clock at night, just sitting there after work. And Bailey's wife, we have to call him and say, "Hey, it's time to come home." Uh,
gotta pull him out of that room.
Yeah, he was the only one that was married. So, and Dalton's married now. So I think he's trying kind of getting a feel of what Bailey was going through, and I just got engaged. So I'm probably finna get that feeling that they have already now.
Yeah.
But he made me a better coach because he's seen it on the college level as well. He was at SFA with actually one of my coaches that I played for with Josh Lawson. So it's a small world. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But he coached on the offensive side of the ball, and we would just do chalk wars, and that was really popular, especially during the COVID time and all of that. People were getting on the Zooms and doing all this this stuff, and some guys, if they don't really know what's going on, they're like, "Oh, what are you? That's stupid. That's stupid." But no, like I think that makes you a really good coach. Makes you a really good coach. But at the end of the day, you can draw anything up on the board, but can you coach it to that guy over there, this guy over here? You know what I'm saying? But I think it helps out to be on the board and know actually ball. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
AJ, walk us through, what does a chalk war look like? You guys walk in that room. What are we doing in a chalk war?
Chalk war, basically they'll draw up a formation, and then you, the defensive guy, you have to line up to the formation, which kind of sucks. Sucks. And we have in our head, like you already have in your head what defense, like what play you're calling, because we call plays as a defensive coordinator. We're calling plays, just like you're calling the play. We're playing plays and calling plays. But you have in your head what you're going to do, and then they get to draw it up, and basically we see who won. So it's that simple.
I like it.
I took a lot of L's sometimes, but it made me a better coach. Hey, it made me a better coach. But no, we got after it though. We really got after it, and I think we made each other better coaches. We were three young guys that just loved the game and loved coaching and wanted to get better.
It's like iron sharpens iron, right? You know what they say?
Iron sharpens iron, brother. Absolutely.
100%. When I interviewed Dalton, I was actually blown away by how much I would say football schemes and different things he knew and IQ. I was just like, I was taking notes. I was like, I mean, I
Yeah.
was
Brendan's getting
absolutely
ready to go
blown
play
away.
Madden.
Yeah, he's really intelligent. He's really intelligent. He probably sucks at Madden though, but he's really intelligent. Because I mean, we had a video game up there at the complex, and I just wiped through the whole staff, whoever wanted to play me,
Ah,
and I probably lost to one guy, but Dalton, he absolutely was terrible on Madden, but he's a heck of a coach. Heck of a coach. Hey, don't tell him I told you. Are we recording right now? We are.
Yep.
hey,
Well, he'll see it. He'll see it. He's absolutely terrible on Madden. So,
we
I'll
love to
clip
talk.
it and
We love
tag
to
him.
talk. We love the competitiveness. Brendan and I do that to each other playing video games too. So
Jay always beats me. I'm not too good at video games. Even when I play on Heisman on like college football 26 now,
yeah,
and I lose, I'm just like, Jay, I lost. Like,
yeah, man.
I'm like
console me.
Brendan.
Yeah,
Brendan,
I'm in the league. I'm in the league,
oh,
and
you are?
I'm in the league, but I'm definitely thinking about like just exiting because some of those guys they sit there and they have a lot of time. I don't got time to just
Yeah.
yeah,
Those kids are in the summer, man. That's all they're doing. We're playing a bunch of
absolutely,
17 and 18-year-olds. That's all they're doing is playing that game.
yeah, absolutely.
I think when you get older, you really learn how much time you had as a high school and college student. Because I swear, like the
Yes.
only time that I remotely have time to play video games,
Mhm.
is either Friday night or Saturday night, and I think it's at like 11 p.m. Right, Jason? When I
I was
usually
about to
text
say
you,
it's
like,
Brendan will text me and it'll be like, "Hey, I'll probably be on at like 10:30." I'm like, Brendan, I'm gonna be like getting ready for bed.
those are usually my late nights. Me usually editing the podcast or playing some video games with Jason. So if anyone
Yeah.
wants
Yep.
to know my crazy
Get
schedule,
in, we
Saturday.
get in Discord. We'll be playing, and all of a sudden it'll be quiet, and I'll just hear Brendan go. I'll be like, What'd you do? I threw a pig."
Yeah, man. I'm not too good at the 26. I gotta get in the lab, as the kids say. So
Yep, I like it.
It's a little too realistic.
too realistic, and
No, I love it. I love
it's
it.
not fun for me. It's not fun for me. It's not fun
I
for me.
just won the national championship the other day
Oh,
with my dad's old school. He went to Ohio, so
Ohio, yeah.
I started a dynasty with Ohio. Won national championship in my second year. I told Brendan, I sent Brendan a screenshot of my team's overall. It was like a 69. I was like, Brendan, I should not be winning the national championship.
It was pretty wild. To get us back on track real quick, what would you say makes a good linebacker compared to a great linebacker at the high school level?
good linebacker from a great linebacker. Good linebackers, can be a kid that's just off the street and just go see ball, hit ball. But to be absolutely great, I feel like that for one, you have to, you have to do things, when nobody's watching.
Mhm.
And that's really the main thing. What are you doing when nobody's watching? And you actually, you being hungry and keeping the hunger. Watching film, knowing how to watch film.
Mhm.
If you know how to watch film, you're going to know what's going to happen before it happens. Just depending on where somebody's spacing on the field.
Mhm.
It's FIB, and this is the formation, the running back relationship from a sniffer's relationship. I know exactly what's coming. They're going to run counter. They're going to run split zone. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. Knowing you can tell by the alignment of the running back. Okay, he's wide. Okay, he's probably finna go out flip for a flare. Hey, okay, he's slightly above the quarterback. What can he do? He can run zone, or he's gonna lead block, or it's just pass pro. But you know all those things by looking at film and being a student of the game. A lot of people say, "Hey, I'm a student of the game," but they don't really know what being a student of the game is. You know what I'm saying? They think it's just like, oh, I like football a lot, and I know that this person plays for this team, so I'm a student of the game. No, being a student of the game is how can I get better? There's argument at the linebacker position. Okay, it's okay to take false steps. No, it's not. You see what I'm saying? Like just being a student of the game, like studying, looking. You know what I'm saying? Okay, if I take a false step, if I think that as a linebacker, I'm going to get ran over because the offense, the running back has a step on me, right?
Yeah.
Especially if he's in the eye and he's like, or he's directly behind the quarterback. And he's 8 yards deep and he gets a running start and I'm taking steps back, and then about step 3, he's putting his helmet in my chest, right? You see what I'm saying? So it's stuff like you got to be a student of the game. Watch film, know your opponent. That type of stuff just it gets you going. You know what I'm saying? Just when you get a scouting report, just being hungry, and then whenever you are successful, keeping that hunger. A lot of guys, a lot of kids, especially at the high school level, they get some type of success. They get offers. And they get all this recognition, and then they get to their senior year or their junior year after they're just highly recruited, and their play level goes down. So that separates good from great as well. Just keeping that hunger and constantly getting better. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what separates good from great. You can be I can go be a great linebacker for 5 plays right now. You know, me being 30 years old and just going out there because I want to do it and I have some type of ability. You can be good, but great is actually putting that work in. And you think about Floyd Mayweather, hard work and dedication.
Yep.
Think about Floyd. Floyd, when he was, they called him Pretty Boy Floyd, right? And then they called him Money Mayweather. Those are 2 different guys, right? Pretty Boy could what? He could knock you out, right? But once he had hand injuries, he still had that hunger to be great, to be the best. So he found another way, right? So, and that goes on with a quote: if it's important to you, you'll find a way. If not, you'll make an excuse, right? So I think that is what, that's a lot of stuff, but I think that type of stuff separates good from great.
Man, I could listen to it all day. Hey, AJ, you mentioned a false step. What is a false step as a linebacker?
A false step is me taking steps back, me taking steps to the side, I not taking a read step. A read step can be like just a simple bus step, and then I'm going, right? If I watch film, I can play fast. I know where it's going. I'm reading my keys. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm disciplined, right? If I take just that read step, boom, now I can go. I don't want to take a false step. I don't want to take no steps back. As a linebacker, you're a run first player. You're a run first player. I ain't no DB. If you come to North Forney right now, I'm very energetic and I'm very loud, and I tell them that. I'm loud. I might yell at you and I might say a couple things, but after I tell you that, I'm gonna tell you I love you and I'm gonna love you up. But I ain't doing you no justice if I'm letting you do all this stuff, right? But that'll be something that I harp on all the time. Like, you're taking a false step. You're not reading your keys. If I know that they pulled or they ran outside zone to you, and you're getting reached as a linebacker, or somebody's climbing to you, I know that you took a false step. I know just by your positioning of where you are mid play and at the end of the play, I know exactly where your steps were. I ain't even got to watch the whole play. And then once we get to the film room, I'll sit there and show you. And then at practice, you're like, Coach, I didn't do that. All right, cool. We don't see it in film. I bet you did. We're going to watch film. And they sit there like a fried pie in the face, like they just had a box of lemons in their mouth. They just sitting there because they know they're wrong. And I know that I'm right because I'm a student of the game. I already know because why? I've already did it, right? It's just like you're a coach. Those are your kids, right? Those are your kids. Yeah. And half of those mistakes that they make, you made them playing that position, right? It's just like me being a father. You know what I'm saying? That's my kid. I know my kid. I know what you're going to do, and I know what you're not going to do, right? That's the same. It's the same concept. Same concept.
Love it.
I love the way that you just hold accountability with your players. I love that. I love that answer. Man.
Absolutely.
We always talk, me and Jason always talk about, you can tell a good coach and a great coach by the way they hold their players accountable. So I will
Yep.
say that.
Oh yeah, man. And that's the thing, like, and even coaches, me being in the position I'm in, I'm a linebackers coach. I want my defensive coordinator to hold me accountable. If there's a day that I'm sluggish, I'm tired, I'm doing this and that, I want you to hold me accountable. I remember my first day of spring, I had came to North Forney. And man, I didn't eat anything. I thought I had ate. I drove from Texarkana to Forney, and I had to get on the field. I hadn't ate anything. I don't even think I drank any water. And man, I literally was down on a knee, like squatting. And my head coach held me accountable. He's like, "Hey, your posture sucks right now." And I'm glad that he, held me accountable, because to the kids, it's looking like coach is checked out. He's this, he's that. He's not engaged. Who am I to tell them, hey, be engaged? You know what I'm saying? And I was engaged, but I was just squatting down because I was like, ooh, I can't breathe. Oh, shoot, I didn't eat today. But in that moment, after practice, I was like, dang, hey, coach, I didn't eat. That's my bad. That's my bad.
Yeah.
That's on me. That's on me. But at the end of the day, my bads will get us beat. We didn't win that segment because coach wasn't. I wasn't fully in tune. You know what I'm saying? I could have went over there to the trainer, got some water, or hey, can you give me some crackers real quick? And kept coaching. But I'm real big on accountability. I'm big on holding people accountable, colleagues, younger coaches, helping them not make the mistakes that I did as a young coach. I'm 30 years old, but I've been coaching for a little minute, about 8 or 9 years, right? So I think now I'm one of those guys now that's in the room that can, say, hey, let's do it this way. Don't make the mistake like I did. Or, hey, be more engaged. Carry yourself like this. Carry yourself that way. So I'm really, really big on accountability. And I think that's the key to success. Holding yourself accountable, holding others accountable, and having them hold you accountable.
It's awesome.
Accountability, folks. Accountability.
Absolutely.
It will take you places outside of sports as well. I will say that, in your personal life and your work life. So,
yep.
AJ, how involved are you in helping your players kind of navigate the recruiting process? I'm sure in Texas high school football, you've had to do this. Just kind of walk me through that.
Now, not so much. When I was at Texas High, I was the recruiting coordinator there. And man, I played a big factor in it. I had a kid that was a 5-star one year. The next year, had a kid that was a 4-star, and I got to, be there through their majority of their recruiting, and kind of just telling them, hey, don't let me tell you where to go. You go where you're wanted, for one, that you're a priority, and a place that's home, because at the end of the day, they got to go there, and they got to spend the time there, 3-4 years, however long they're going to be there. But I played a major role in that, there at Texas High. I think we did a really, really good job. I think the year in the pandemic, we signed over 20 kids, and that's unheard of in East Texas. I also helped do a mega camp down there where we had Division I, Division II, JUCO, NAIA schools. We had over 50 schools at a camp that we did at Texas High to get kids in East Texas exposure. And I'm going to do that this year under my brand, the Destin's Coaching's brand that I have, just to give back to home. And this year we're going to have 50 plus schools there again, hopefully more than 50, just because of the network that I've had, just being in the college game, and, having my mentors that I have in college, and me actually going and networking and rubbing elbows with a lot of people, at all these different conventions. I think that's played a major role in the kids, especially at Texas High. That played a role in their recruiting because of the relationships that I made. And it really wasn't because of me. I've had jobs offered to me by big universities, but that wasn't I didn't want that, from the get-go. It was more about the kids, and I'm not looking at it, to be like, hey, look at me. I could have went to this big school. No, it's more about the kids and them actually getting out there and making some of themselves and being something that I wasn't, and doing things and experiencing things that I wasn't able to experience. So I played a major role, at Texas High. Moving here in the DFW, it's more open. It's easier for kids here to get exposure because of they have 2 airports here.
Yep.
So you got to think about it. Every school is coming in, especially during the bye week, right? They're easy to fly in. They're able to hit so many schools a day. They're able to fly out, right? That wasn't happening back at Texarkana. It was solely off of relationship. So it was more so there that I had to be involved. Here, I think it's your position guy. Have a linebacker right now, and he's a hidden gem. He's a hidden gem, and I think, bro, he's a quiet kid, really quiet kid. Yes, sir, no, sir, kid. But he's about action, and I think he's going to wow a lot of people. DFW, if not be one of the best or the best in this area. And I think his recruit is gonna skyrocket, and I probably will be in his recruiting process because he's my player and we have a relationship. But we have a really, really good recruiting coordinator that does an awesome job at North Forney by the name of Corey McDonald. But not right now. I don't have to do as much in recruiting, but when I was in Texarkana for those 7-8 years, man, I had a major role in recruiting, and we signed a lot of kids and gave them opportunity.
Networking is everything, right?
Yep, networking is absolutely everything, brother. And just being in the right place at the right time, it can create opportunities for yourself, if not you, but for your kids. So I'm a firm believer in that. Networking is absolutely the greatest.
There's a saying, your net worth is your network.
Yeah. You saying something right there, brother.
Relationships are everything, and what do they say? The people you surround yourself with says a lot about who you are as well.
Yep. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Who you are, who you hang around.
I've just learned that in my small time in life, especially like just, working a regular 9 to 5 and, getting that interview and having the chance to even get that job. And then also just realizing, doing, a sports podcast, like, there's certain agents who won't even give us the night or the light of day, but, there are some that do. And so it's just all about connections, and we're all about that network. So
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I'm grateful for it. Like I said earlier, just the guys that I work for, then me being in recruiting and getting to meet people, out of that, I've gained a great relationship with like Jeff Cho. He's one of my mentors. Alonzo Carter. All those guys, just meeting those guys through recruiting, and a lot of the time, those relationships develop because they see how genuine and authentic you are. And I think in the coaching game, some guys they're like, oh, I know all these big name guys, or they want to know the guys who are big names, and they're not themselves, or that's the guys they want to know, but the next guy that's going to be a really, really good coach or be one of the big time coaches, he's at a division 3 right now, and you're like ignoring him, and you're not there. So you gotta always be yourself and get to know everybody. You know what I mean? And that's truly networking. because there are a lot of guys, like I can't think of his first name, Coach O'Neal. He was at Henderson State University for years, man, and now he's at Oklahoma State.
Wow.
And these are guys that I know. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
Yeah, man, like you're right. Networking is the true key to a lot of things, to success as well in life.
Yes, sir. You mentioned a little bit, AJ, about NAIA, JUCO, Division III, Division II, Division I. From a coach's perspective, what would you say is the biggest difference between those levels in college?
Every level. The only difference is the trenches.
Mm.
In my opinion, I think the level, what separates is the trenches. I saw some guys that went from Ferris State this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ferris State won the Natty, didn't they? Division II, if I'm not mistaken.
I know they're close to it every year. I know Ferris State, like they're very big.
Who did they play? They play Valdosta, right? I believe.
Jason's gonna look it up real quick.
Yeah.
I am.
Shout out to Trent Early. He was at Valdosta.
Yep, you're right. Ferris beat Valdosta, claiming their third national title in 4 years.
Yeah. So the thing is, you look at this: 3 players left Ferris State and went. Was it G5? I mean, Power 5, Power 4, whatever you want to call it now.
Yeah.
P4, Group of 5.
So that shows you right there. Some of those they're skill positions, right? The only difference is the trenches. I promise you, that's the only difference. Me seeing it from a Division II level, and I've seen JUCO. JUCO, a lot of those guys are P4 guys, G5 guys, anyways, right?
Yeah.
But the major difference is just the trenches, and sometimes some of those guys, and I think now Division II, it's more competitive because of the portal. A lot of kids are trickling down that were like FCS. Now they're, D2 guys. That's why you see schools like, Pitt State consistently being really good. Harding University consistently being good. Southern Arkansas being consistently good. Who else? Like I said, Ferris State, they're consistently good now, right? It's a Northwest Missouri. They're consistently good, right? But now they're really, really good because they're getting those kids that are, trickling down that are actually D1 kids. So, but the only difference now, is to me is the trenches. But now it's probably really not no difference because of the portal. How it's hurting so many high school kids.
Talk about the trenches a little bit. I know that's a big word you keep saying. Like, is that just like getting noticed, or just what is the trenches? I guess
the trenches is basically the offensive line and defensive line. That's where games are won.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's the only difference when you're talking about D2 and D1. Like, true difference. Skill players are always going to be skill players. You can always find a skill player, in my opinion. Some guys are just unicorns. Your unicorns are the guys who are like your Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter's a unicorn.
Yeah.
But you can always find a really good skill player anywhere. Find them in Florida. You can probably go to Delaware right now and find a skill player, even though nobody says anything about football in Delaware, but you can find a skill player anywhere. But I think it's just really right there with those where the games are won with the O-line and D-line.
I also hear a lot whenever I think we've asked this question before, and one of the question answers people have said is, the speed. It's just a split second faster every level you go up. And I had thought of that whenever you were talking about your false steps, right? As you go up in level, those guys are making less and less probably false steps, so where they're hitting the point of attack a lot quicker than the lower levels.
Absolutely, and that's the difference into the that could be a difference as well. with
Mm.
D1, D2, this and that. Just the speed is a little bit different. But like I said, bro, like you can always find a skill player. And then just looking at the speed of like talking about false steps. When you get to the NFL, some of those guys ain't even taking re-steps. They're just going. You look at them, they put stuff on Twitter all the time, right? And they're like, you'll see a progression from high school where kids are taking a re-step and they're dipping and ripping and making the play on the running back. They're dipping under the offensive lineman. Then you'll see somebody that'll post something from the college standpoint, and you might see a re-step or you might not, right? But you see the same movement, boom, dipping, ripping, stacking, making the play. But then you see it from the CFL and you see it from just a professional standpoint. It's just boom. It's really fast. Quick twitch, right? Quick twitch. Quick twitch. Right? It's really, really fast, but like you said, the game speed, that goes with, you from being a amateur, a pro, and all that good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any specific NFL linebacker that you have your guys watch or learn from?
Yeah. I like Fred Warner. I'm a 49ers fan. But I also I have linebacker school. We do football year round. My guys, we're gonna do football year round. I'll give you a 2-week break, and then we're gonna once January hits, we're gonna start some linebacker school. And if they get a booklet and they have an area in the booklet they can write and all this stuff, but in their booklet there are pictures of linebackers. You got Mike Singletary, right? Mike Singletary, he has a record at Baylor, right? He has a record at Baylor. I don't know if it's like 700 tackles or how many tackles it was, but he has a record at Baylor, I believe. One of the best linebackers, and just knowing everything that's going on, people feared him because his eyes were so big. But he sat there and watched films like that, nonstop, right? And of course, everybody talks about Ray Lewis, Luke Kuechly, Ryan Urlacher. That's being a student of the game too, because a lot of those linebackers they aren't the same type of linebacker. Some guys they collision offensive linemen, some of them avoid, right? But the best linebackers, they can do a little bit of everything, right? So I have a page that's full of linebackers. And then some of those guys, they tell me about some guys that they like that I don't even know about yet, right? But I'm like, hey, if you like it, I love it. But just looking at some of those old school guys back in the day when, my dad was playing and older guys were playing when they could throw the forearm and all that good stuff, right? That's some old hard-nosed football, just physicality going on, right? And that's what I try to teach my linebackers. Hey, like sometimes like be mean, right? If you're in the complex, I know no bullying. We're an anti-bullying program, but hey, sometimes push somebody and just say, hey, at practice day, we're gonna get it. Just saying, hey, I'm gonna make you better, right? Be mean sometimes, right? And that's why I like them looking at those old school type of guys, those guys who carry that, like when they just carry that this mean look, and what I'm saying, they came on the field, people feared them, right? So that's how I want my guys. I want somebody that's gonna drink out the water hose and not out of a glass, out of the refrigerator. That's what I want. You know what I mean? That's what type of linebackers I want. So that's on that page. That's who I kind of put on there.
AJ, I know for linebackers in general, to me, linebacker seems to be the position that has changed the most over the years as far as the way different eras have played the position, more of a run stopping to more of a athletic guys that can cover sideline to sideline to wherever they may be now. How does that affect you from whenever you were younger, watching some of those guys like Mike Singletary and stuff, to the way you have to prepare the kids now? Is it different? Do those kids have different mindsets as far as how they play the position, and how do you bring them back in to bring everything together?
I think it goes back to like I just said, like I just want you to be mean and instilling that in them. I'm the head coach of my position, right? And they're going to be a representation of me and how I act, and I want them to be a certain type of way, so I don't cut them no slack. But I think also they also have to be very gifted, and it's my job as their position coach to put everything in their bag in their arsenal, right? I'm putting it in your bag. So kids be like, I'm in my bag right now, coach. So we're going to fill your bag up. So why do we have linebacker school? We have linebacker school to learn the playbook, learn scheme, and learn football, right? So when we get to spring ball, I can teach you how to backpedal. I can teach you how to backpedal. Backpedaling helps you. I can teach you how to play man when you're man-to-man on a running back. I can teach you your zone drops, right? I can put all that in your bag to where now when it comes in the game where, some guys in some schemes, they put their linebacker man-to-man on a number 2 receiver who's a tight end. What are you going to do now? It's already in your arsenal. You can play a man-to-man. You know how to play man. We already covered that, right? So the game has evolved because football has evolved. It's an offensive game, and we're always having to adjust because, offensive guys, they get on my nerves, but, they're always crying and stuff, you know what I mean? So they got to try hey, they got to find another way for them to be successful. So, but that's fine. That's what good coaches are for. We're going to always keep our guys ready. And, they're having multiple techniques in their bag. Like I said, some kids can play man in a certain technique. Some kids can't, right? So what can you do as a coach? And that's just my philosophy. Like I have knowledge of my strengths, but I rely on the knowledge of my weaknesses. So if I rely on the knowledge of my weaknesses, I'm gonna make that weakness a strength, and I'm gonna figure something out so I can get better and be better, right? Be the best I can possibly be for the team, and that's how the team's gonna be really, really good, right? So, but I think that starts with the coach because the game has evolved, and me actually putting them in the position to make those plays.
Love it. That's awesome.
AJ, I just want to say thank you for coming on, man. It was an honor.
Absolutely, brother.
Real quick, one of my favorite answers ever on the podcast you gave today, so I just want to shout it out, was that you had multiple offers from big colleges. And you said no because you have a heart for kids. And man, I just want to commend you on that. I love your heart. I love your mission and your goal. And I'm excited to see how North Forney does this season, but not only North Forney, but I want to see how well AJ Jordan does moving forward as a coach.
Oh man, I appreciate
throughout the
that,
season. So
I appreciate that, brother.
I just want to shout you out on that. I have a 5-month-old, and so one day I want my son to be able to play football and have a coach like that. So I just want to shout you out on that. So
I appreciate that, man. I didn't have too many coaches like that, and I think that's why I ended up embracing my journey with being a high school coach. I left Southern Arkansas University and I had a job at Ottawa, Arizona. I think Mike Nesbitt was the head coach there, I believe, and it was in downtown Phoenix. And it was a school that was going to have job security and all that. And I'm a firm believer in God, and I didn't feel that was the right way to go. And God works things out in your life. And one thing that God does give us, He does give us, and not trying to throw anything spiritual on everybody, but what God does give us, He gives us the opportunity to make decisions. But it's up to Him what happens after you make the decision. And then guess what? You get another opportunity to make a decision after that, right?
Yes,
and that's just how life goes. And man, like I got a call from John King. I got linked in with John King through rest in peace, principal by the name of James Paul Brewer, who was at Longview High School. And I ended up trying to go to Longview. Things didn't work out. And I was on my way to Florida. And I got a call from a weird number and didn't answer it because I don't like sometimes to answer real numbers. And it was the head coach, Jerry Stanford at Texas High. And and I went to Texas High, and man, I got to coach and learn more ball. I was able to coach defensive line. I already coached DBs at SAU after I got done, playing there. I coached some DBs for a little bit. I coached corners, but I got to coach the D-line first, and I went back to my position and coach linebackers. So now I kind of prep myself to be a DC, right? So just being in that situation, right? And while being there, man, like I had an opportunity to go to UNLV one time, and I didn't take it, didn't bite on the opportunity, and I stayed put where I was. And there's been others, opportunities that have came my way, but God said not now. It's not. It ain't about me just having my name in the limelight, man. It's about me doing something I love, and I stayed right there at the high school level because I was actually making a difference, and I was creating. Like I said, man, we gave in COVID year, we gave over 20 kids an opportunity to go to school. Those are more than those are 20 kids that are not on the street. Those are 20 kids, over 20 kids that aren't out there doing something that they ain't supposed to be doing. Those are 20 kids that are having an opportunity to make good decisions because our decisions that we make now affect those who we haven't met yet. Like decisions you made affect your son.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They affected him before he even got here, right? Well, that's what I learned, me being at the high school level, I can be more genuine and I can have more relationship with these guys rather than me being on the college level and, it's about business. I would love to go back to the college level. And I think God's going to place me there one day or be a head coach on the high school level and then work and then go to college. But right now it's about doing what the assignment is. And the assignment is to be a leader of men and help young men reach their true potential and gain opportunity and be the best that they can be and sometimes break generational curses, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Do something different, So I think that's what it is, man. It says it in the Bible, brother, God has gave us all many gifts. He gave us at least one gift. But you better use it. My gift is being a damn good coach. And hey, man, I'm also a leader of men and leading these guys in the right direction, telling them about Jesus too. But that's their choice, right? But I'm doing what I'm called to do, and I'm happy that I'm doing what I'm called to do. And right now, I'm just going wherever God assigns me. So
I love your passion. I love it.
Absolutely, man.
Man, it's just awesome to hear that. I mean, me and Jason are believers. We'll be open about it. We go, we don't just go to church either. Like we're really involved, I would say, in our communities, and we love to give back. And Jay's actually getting married too, as well. So
okay, congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate it.
But we actually talk about it a lot. How people have different paths, and every small decision leads to a big decision you'll have to make. One day, and who you marry is probably one of the biggest ones. To be honest,
absolutely.
They'll pull you away from the chalk at 8 p.m.
Hey, man, and that's the thing. You know what? That's fine and dandy, man. Because sometimes, man, you gotta make that time for your family, especially when you got the little ones and you're doing what you got to do there. Being a father and being present, and also being a husband and being present, man. Like spending that time, man. And I didn't understand that, of course, because I was just like a young coach. I'm like, man, right? You're a party pooper, man. But no, man, like that's family is really important, brother. Especially with you being a coach. Sometimes, getting in late, 9 o'clock at night, especially you having a kid or something, kid ain't seeing you. They just see you when you wake up, taking them to school. But that's very, very important, man. Very important.
Yes, sir. And I agree with Jason. I love your passion too, man. Where can people find you on social media?
Man, you can find me on social media. Let me see. Let me grab my phone.
You're good.
I gotta put my glasses on. Don't laugh at me. I'm getting
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. I'm 30. I'm 30 as well, man. We're just getting,
30. Feels like I'm like 80 or something, man. My eyesight is killing. So my Twitter is at Coach AJ _Jordan. And my Instagram, let's see what my Instagram is. My Instagram is A Jordan _1911. And man, like I said, man, I'm happy you hit me up. A lot of guys have hit me up, and uh, I'm always, open to, talking to anybody because I'm a genuine guy. I'm a genuine guy, and I love to spread the good word, whether it's football or just anything.
I'm gonna go on air. I think this ties Dalton Frank's interview. I'm just saying, Jason.
Oh man, don't tell Dalton.
Oh no! Don't say that.
Don't
I'm
tell
just saying.
No, man, I really appreciate you guys, man, because like really, man, I was looking forward to this all day, and I just love genuine people and love people doing things for the right reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, you guys are doing that, and I applaud you guys. I applaud you guys. Like I told you, like I'm building my stuff on my stuff is on the rise as well, and that's why like I'm kind of careful of like who I put on my platform because I want. Hey, they might be a big name, but might not be, but they're genuine. And because they're genuine, they're going to be a person that is a big name. They're going to be a person that a lot of people know because God, it says it in Proverbs, just do good works. As long as you keep doing good works, you're going to consistently be blessed. Right. So that's what I believe.
We believe that too, man. Amen, man. I could hear him preach. I'm just saying forever. I'm gonna say it, Jay. Man, you need to get up on there on Sunday sometime, AJ. I'm for real.
Man,
I'm ready to go run through a brick wall
Yeah.
right now.
Hey man, that's what it's all about, man. You got to be ready to go run through a brick wall. You gotta be, man. It's in my heart to be successful, and I want my kids to have that same drive and intensity and belief, man. If they can go against Godzilla, 100 gorillas, even though we can't go through it. Everybody's been seeing that going against 100 gorillas. Yeah, even though I can't do it, I'm gonna believe I can do it though.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Gotta have a heart like David, man. I always
Yes,
tell
sir.
myself that. So.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
Yeah. But if you guys want more content like this, go to our YouTube channel. Give us a like, comment, and subscribe. It would mean a lot to us. And go hit us up on our Instagram. 5ALF podcast. Give us a follow. It'd mean a lot to us. So thanks for coming in, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.